Ladies, the early stages of fatherhood is one of the most dangerous for a man because it is where like he starts to second guess himself, and because the narrative of deadbeat dad has been wrong so much in black men's ear, it's almost like it's very, very easy to manipulate them and use them as a pawn for money. Let's go.
You know, my father, he was in my life, but he wasn't really in my life.
And Anthony, I wasn't saying that. I just think it's best that we're together as a unit for our son.
But how can it be best that you're together as a unit if right now at this point in time he's not sure he wants to be with you? If that's what he's saying. He's saying that he thinks that your guys are going to be miserable because right now what you're looking for, he can't give it to you. So why should he stick around with you and not be giving you exactly what you want and raising, having the child in an environment that's not great? Why should he do that?
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I get it. But just thinking about how my dad was, just, you know, his idea of taking care of us was to provide money.
Right.
But he lacked in love and communication.
And that sounds great. And while I understand this, here's the next part of this that people don't tell you. Okay, so what if your father was a person that worked in the oil fields and that's the job that he did? He's an oil worker and he works in the oil fields. He'll never see you for months at a time. He'll never come around to get to talk to you at all, but he sends money to you. Are we saying that he's a bad father because he has gone out to try to provide for the household and ensure that you actually have something? This is why context matters when we talk about fatherhood, and people don't use that at different times. If you're going to use a deadbeat narrative, talk about it as the father being extremely absent, where he's not away trying to make any money at all. He's not sending back any money. He's not making any contribution. But if a man has gone away and is going to do his best to try to see exactly if he can allow his child to eat, then shouldn't that be accredited for? Shouldn't we give him some credit for that?
Sometimes he lacked in the money. I'm like, at least if you can't give me love, you can at least give me money. He say, oh, son, work's been slow this month. I can't get you this, I can't get you that. And I think that's why I work so hard. I work hard just to be a provider. Now that I have Kai, it's like, I want to be there for my son emotionally, financially, definitely. And everything my father didn't do, I want to do for my son.
And that's great. But sometimes while doing that, you can now start to overcompensate and have the child not even learn the benefit of trying to, what you call it now, earn things essentially, then having him earn things. Because sometimes if you know to trust fund babies, because they haven't earned anything at all when they come out into the real world, they'll never work for anything. They get everything already very easy. So in other words, life is just easy to them. So guess what? You have to keep taking care of them. Why? Because they don't see the value in trying to get things done. And see, listen to me, sometimes your parents not having it at all is not all bad. There are things that it actually teaches you that you actually are able to use. Now, am I saying that they should be struggling and poor and destitute? That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that in a situation where his father may have had it sometimes and he never have it sometimes, you want to look at that as you never know. It taught you how to be very resourceful and to find it. And that's what he has learned as a businessman.
No, I understand that. I wasn't saying you're a man like your father is. I just want what's best for Kai.
No, that's what you were saying. You were saying that.
I'm sorry. I didn't really know how you and your dad were. But you know what? Now you have a chance to do it differently.
Exactly.
And I really want better for us. It's been rough, but family is all we really have, right?
And like I said, Kai will never have to want for anything. He'll never have to wonder about where his daddy is. Is his daddy thinking of him?
So again, I call BS. And listen to me, guys. Why I can't discuss this is because I've seen both situations where my dad has done the best that he possibly can do, right? But I've understood as a grown adult that I cannot internalize the situation for him. A lot of things I also understood that the man have a lot of kids and he could have done what he could have done, and that's just about it. I also understood the value of him not having it and how it has made me very, very resourceful as an individual now. So, in other words, not to lose that and to ensure that I teach my child that. And in the father of a child, I've seen the same thing with the Shayla thing, where, women try to use that as like a means of controlling, or try to see exactly how can they use that to peer it against you. Oh, hey, maybe you're looking like you're going to be a deadbeat dad. And if you don't understand your father's situation, then you won't understand exactly how to be that father that you're talking about. So Anthony's running the risk right now because he hasn't sat down with his father and discussed and tried to understand his situation and try to see exactly, all right, did he really have it? You understand? How much did he actually have? What did he actually do? Did he do anything at all? Did he do nothing at all? To try to understand it before trying to form an opinion of what type of father he was. And I'd say the same thing for mothers, especially mothers who are not there. I'd say the same thing. What was the circumstance? Because until you know that, then you really can't give a true assessment of it. You're internalizing something you don't know about. But hey, y'all know me. I'm an advocate for parenting and for good parenting, not just for people being together because, hey, what I mean, we should just go to two-parent household because no, let's make sure that it was the best scenario for that particular child. Because if the both of them miserable, what good is that anyway with a bunch of money? So a bunch of money and a no good relationship is equivalent to a traumatic child. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, talk to y'all soon.